Okay, so now what we're going to do is we've got our event created in Eventbrite, and so now we actually need to add the event to the WIBU website. So as you can see, I've got the WIBU login up. It's basically WIBU Muncie. Muncie.org/WP-admin. That's how you get to the login. And you'll use your credentials to log in, which will then open up the WordPress dashboard for our website. As you can see, it's here. Voila. So to create a new event, we're going to go to events and simply add new. And we are going to title this August Luncheon. Okay, now I actually have the Eventbrite open. And so I'm going to go back to our Eventbrite for this event, which is here, and I'm going to view it. And I am literally going to copy and paste from this actual event page. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it right here. But I'm going to paste it as regular. And as you can see, it actually brings the formatting over, which is really awesome, and we love that. This, I'm actually not in love with how that looks, so we're just going to go ahead and make that regular paragraph. So again, same settings as you saw in Eventbrite, as far as these are event, heading 2, and these are just regular paragraph text, okay? So what we're going to do now is the only things that don't come over are the images. And so sometimes I put images in, sometimes I don't. This time, to add an image, we would need to upload the image. And so we're going to do add media. And it's going to bring up our media library, which is going to have anything that's already been in here from previous events. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. And I'm actually going to grab our exact same Eventbrite header and use the same thing. Now it's uploaded. It's actually pretty large, and it's larger than we really need it to be. And so we're just going to go in here and edit the image. And we're just going to make it 1200 pixels wide. And we're going to click scale. And that's actually going to scale our image down, which is important because we want to make sure that our website loads properly. And if we have huge files in there, then it slows down the speed of the pages. And so now we just click back, and we should be ready to insert it into the post. The other thing I like to do sometimes is simply just WIBU August Luncheon. Now I'm going to get a bunch of emails, so I'm just going to close my email real quick. There we go. Okay, so, and I'll put the same thing. Sometimes I'll put the speaker's name in here. This is just a back-end SEO thing. It's not crucial, but it does help if you want to take the time to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this into the post. And there she is. Beautiful picture right in there. The other thing I like to do sometimes is go ahead and add the logo. Again, we probably have this logo already. Yep, because CoverTech is a previous sponsor. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that into the post as well. So as you can see, the content is in here. It's very simple because we just copy and paste it from the Eventbrite, so nothing too crazy there. I'm also going to select luncheon because this is a luncheon event, so it's important to select that. I am going to set a featured image, which is essentially the same picture that's in the post. That is what's going to carry through. Actually, now that I do that, sorry, I'm going to delete this one. That is going to carry through, and because of the settings on our website currently, that will show up on the web page too. But this will also carry through to if somebody shares this specific page on social media, that image will actually be provided as well. So now we need to go down, scroll down, and we need to set the date for this. So this is an August 16th event. It is at 11 12:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are going to select our venue, which is Horizon. It's already in there. If you were needing to create a new venue for a field trip event, it's really pretty easy to do. You would just create a new one. Now, our organizer, we always select WIBU Board of Directors. And then what I like to do is we need to go to our Eventbrite page. And as you can see, since we're in the view mode, we can view the link right here. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Had we not been in that, the way to get the hyperlink is to go into the event, into the management dashboard, scroll all the way down, and again, there's that URL right there, okay? So now we're going to go back to our event, and we are going to put that in there, just like that. We do not put a currency or the cost because the cost varies based on the ticket type that they select. So we're going to leave that alone. We scroll down. The next thing to do is, a lot of times I will take the time to edit this description. This is, again, what carries through on social media. It is also what shows up on Google if someone does search this specifically. And so it's important to sometimes edit that. Not crucial, but it does help if you take the time to do it. So we're just simply going to edit this. And a lot of times what I'll do is I will go up and I will grab this first sentence, and then I will go up, and if there's content in here that I like, then I will grab it. Actually, I'm going to grab this title because I like it. We actually have a title this month, and so we're going to use that. If we have room, topic. Yep, it will let us do it. If I were to type extra too much, then it would actually do this. And so that's going to tell you that that's not going to show up. And so if you have, it only lets you have a specific amount of text in here. So let's see here. I'm actually going to edit this. I'm going to say, what's the date again? 16th? 16th, yep. I had some feedback from some members who said that it's helpful if they can see the date right in all of our postings. Even though, you know, it's the third Wednesday of every month, they did give me feedback and said, hey, it's nice if you could put the date in there. So there you go. It's in there now. So we've got our meta description. We're going to go ahead and close the snippet editor. So now, as you can see, the description has changed. So we've got our information updated. Don't worry about the rest of this stuff that's in here. So the key is to put a description in, put all these things in, and then there's one more technical thing that we also have to do. And we are going to add the Eventbrite button to this post. And to do that, we're going to go back to our Eventbrite dashboard. And what you're going to find is under Invite and Promote, there's this little thing called Widgets. You're going to click on Widgets. And that's going to give us website integration options. There's a couple ways we can do it. You can actually just integrate the event page, which is actually going to pull in essentially a window and display the Eventbrite page right on the website. That is probably the absolute easiest way to do it. However, we did that one month and we did not get as many conversions. And so if you need to do it that way to just simplify the process, go for it. It's probably fine, but it may work better to do it the other way. I have been using just this button. And so what the button does is it's just going to display this button right here on the page. But I like to use Register Now. And so Register Now on Eventbrite. I like to keep it medium. And I don't worry about updating the colors. And I just generate a code. You're going to highlight this code, copy it. Going to go back to the website page, and it's very important that you click text at this point. So right now we're in visual, but now we need to go to text right here. And so you select text, and then you just paste it right into the beginning of our event, and then scroll all the way down. Don't worry about all this mumbo jumbo in here. Scroll all the way down to the very last thing, hit enter a couple times, and paste it again. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to visual, and as you can see, our button is in there. So what visual is visual is showing us kind of how it's supposed to look. And then text is actually the HTML code. And so what we just pasted was HTML code. And so that's why it looks funky, as you can see. But what this does is that's the integration code that lets us use that button. Kind of a technical thing, but as you can see, it's very doable. So you're just going to paste that code and paste it in here. Now, we're basically ready, but let's go ahead and preview our page. So as you can see, it's going to show us that our August luncheon is the 16th, 11:30 to 1. There's our featured image again. Now, had I left it in the body, it would have shown up again down here. If I wanted to, I could actually just insert her headshot perhaps, or even add a picture of the booths down here. You can absolutely add pictures to these events in the body. Do it if you want, you don't have to, but it's important to have that featured image in there. And again, I just use the same thing that I use for the Eventbrite header because it just simplifies our process. So there's our button. Here's our information. There's the hyperlink. Everything looks good. Everything looks perfect. Content's correct. So now all we have to do is we just close our preview and we're ready to go. So at this point, we can save our draft or we can go ahead and publish. If you are starting an event and you want to work on it and then you want to go back and edit it, you can save the draft. Okay, but we're actually ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and publish. So it's honestly that simple. It's really important to remember that, and then you can actually go in and you can view the page at this point. So right here, you can click View Event. It's going to give you the exact link up here to our website link. At this point, you could copy this and paste it into an email. You could put it on social media, whatever you want to do. But at that point, this link is active now, and so it's ready to go. And that is your link you want to select. And if we go to our events calendar, we'll see that it's now going to be displayed in our events calendar as well. And so the next thing I'm going to be doing is, adding the other events in here. And so since this particular month, we have more events ready, we can actually publish those other events and they would show up as multiple events, which is great. And that's our goal that we want to get to. So, but I wanted to show you how to create the actual web page for the event. As you can see, it's super easy. It's really not difficult to do. And now that since we have a featured image, it shows up here as well. It's that simple, guys. You can do it.